what's going on there, YouTube?
Yo, what's up, YouTube?
It's SEL0320.
Wait, are you sure you're SEL0320 and I'm not
Joe Johnson 0320? No, you're Joe Johnson 030.
I am SEL0320.
What the heck are you talking about?
What's up, YouTube?
What's going on, y'all? So tonight, Joe had the luxury of going and checking out Rogue One. Real quick, Joe, what'd you think about Rogue One, dog?
It was fire.
Yeah.
You already knew that.
Yeah. I mean, I gave it a 10 personally, and I looked at it again. The second time, I actually enjoyed it a little bit more. We started looking at New Hope, and like the connections are just there, man. It to me, it enhances such a classic film already, which is weird. But that's not what we wanted to talk about, because we went to the IMAX premiere to see it, and before it showed the first, I don't know, 14 minutes or maybe less than that, 7 minutes maybe, of Dunkirk. This is Christopher Nolan's brand new film. I'll read a synopsis of it. Miraculous evacuation of Allied soldiers from Belgium, Britain, and France who were cut off and surrounded by German army from the beaches and harbor of Dunkirk, France. Dude, that footage that we seen, this is what we're going to talk about. It was lit. Like, it felt real. Like, in the context of what was going on, it was 3 different sequences that was going on. It was Tom Hardy, he was in the airplanes, right, Joe? And then it was like these young men, they were on the beach and they were like taking, somebody that was hurt, and they were taking them across the trenches to try to get them evacuated out, right? And then there was another group with Mark Rayleigh's. They were just on a regular subboat, and they were picking up little oars and stuff for the soldiers that were there. They would have like lifeguards and stuff like that. And I don't know, man. I don't know. What did you think? Because it was strange to me the first time I seen it, because it looked too real. But then seeing it as a 6-story screen, like it was all in IMAX.
Oh yeah. I mean, it was really engaging.
Yeah.
Like, I was engaged the entire time, and the thing about it was initially, like, I mean, it did just throw you into, this situation, and without even explaining anything.
Yeah.
And you're like, yo, what's going on? But you see all these people out here, and it's coming from 3 different perspectives, and you would think it's kind of confusing, but how they relate is actually pretty interesting, because it's like I think it's in the same setting.
Yeah.
And you kind of pick that up, so it's not like like totally different, but you see like these 3 different perspectives of like this of what's going on, and it's like overall I haven't been engaged like the entire time, like watching, like I would say like a movie or even a trailer, or just that short amount of footage.
Yeah. Like,
I was like 100% engaged in watching that, because it intrigued every part of my viewing ability, I suppose.
Yeah.
Because I mean, they had I forgot what happened, but I think it was like they had things hitting the water, and I don't know what they were. And I was like, what's hitting the water? And like those big splashes.
Well, I was assuming that there were bombs being dropped.
I was assuming that they were bombs.
Or, because there was no boats around that were moving oars or anything like that. So it had to have been bombs dropping, and they were trying to evacuate the area.
Right.
But then, like Joe was talking about, Tom Hardy's character, him and another dogfighter, they were, going against one of the German ships, I assume. And like, he had pulled left, and he shot it, and it went down. And then, like, he was like, well, I'm running out of fuel. He's like, you should turn back. And he was like, I'm good. And, like, the way they go back and forth in time. Like, this is something that Christopher Nolan's perfected. He perfected it with Batman, The Dark Knight, especially that beginning sequence. They kept you engaged, and it was all different sides of stuff that happen, but you don't know until the end, like, what's about to happen. Same thing with Inception. Like, it's a hidden beat. And the thing about it is, what you hear in the backdrop, as far as the sound, is the whole entire time you don't know, but it's the buzzing of this is closing in airplane.
Yeah, it builds like so much suspense.
And it's perfect because I think they're using drums initially, and then like you hear it, and like everybody, I felt like the crowd, like us as audience members, just like what was going on the beach with the soldiers there, they were ducking down because they didn't know what was coming from.
Yeah.
And I felt like I was like, dang, where's it coming from?
It felt real. Like, oh snap, this is real. This is serious.
Yeah.
Like everybody's like, oh snap. Like you would expect people to react that way.
I would have been like, yo, hit the dirt.
You would expect, and you looked at like all these people's faces, and it's like you literally felt like the dread and the fear on them.
Yeah.
And I like that one part where the guys are carrying the injured person over like this gaping hole in the pier.
Yeah.
And they're like, the other soldiers or whatever, they're like encouraging them, like, yeah, come on, try it. And so they go over like this small plank of wood, and like they're cheering for the dude. And I'm like, yo, this is kind of cool. Like it's weird because you get to see like it takes like a beat of like this uplifting, kind of spirit of the,
in spite of what's going on.
What's going on, right?
They're encouraging, the situation. Yeah. But it's like,
well, it's a sucky situation.
Yeah, because at the end of it, Tom Hardy's character, after there's a plane going down, we assumed that it was Tom Hardy's character, but they went back and showed him running out of fuel.
Yeah.
And I was just like, oh,
it was
crap.
Like, it was like point of view, like his propellers, like from the cockpit, they're like slowing down. And you're like, whoa, is it, man?
I mean, the thing about that,
you felt that.
Well, I mean, it's not even just that. Like, that's great storytelling. Like, from a visual immersion standpoint, like, nobody's really saying what's really happening.
Exactly.
But you're watching it like it's like you're reading a book almost.
Yeah.
Like, it's unfolding in different sections, and you're like piecing it together.
Yeah.
And then when it hits, you're like, crap, show us the rest of the movie.
Yeah.
But I mean, for me, I thought that was dope.
Yeah.
And then the visual clarity, you guys, like, I don't know what they use as far as, the screen quality or not screen quality, but the film quality, but it felt real. Like, how like you look at a 4K TV and it's like that ultra HD and it's like hard for your eyes to adjust. That's how I felt. When I was sitting there looking at it, I was like, daggone, like they look real, So, I don't know. I thought it was dope.
It did look and feel real. Like, I was like, oh man, this is going to be awesome.
So, this might go down as one of the best war films. Even though Rogue One was a good war film too, so.
I mean, I haven't seen a really good.
And see, this is why we need to go see Hacksaw Ridge. I told you about that, Jane.
It's gonna be good.
But yeah,
you already watched it.
Nah, I was waiting for you.
Why you waiting on me?
God, nothing. We gotta look at movies together. Anyway. Hope y'all enjoyed our first reaction review for Dunkirk. Whatever amount of time for the actual footage that we did get to see. We won't put it up here. I don't know if they'll ever post it online. They might eventually, but hopefully that give y'all some insight to it. So check out your local IMAX and check out Rogue One. You'll be able to see it firsthand yourself. And
it's dope. It's worth it.
We might have some more Rogue One videos coming out a little bit later on. Probably just not tonight. Y'all have a good one. Peace.